Good morning, everyone. My name is Brandon Spear. I'm the president of MSTS, and joining me are Michelle Fall and Dan. We'd like to share with you today the story of the small and medium-sized businesses. These are 99% of America's business owners who employ roughly 50% of the nation's working force. They're also the folks who know their customers by name and trust them enough to extend payment terms to those customers, but often they don't have access to enough working capital. They often also find themselves struggling to compete with larger suppliers who are really better equipped to provide purchasing controls and relationship pricing to their buyers. So in other words, our SMBs today are unable to provide a lot of the services that their customers want. We believe that this is a problem that needs a solution. In 2018, we launched a product called Credit as a Service. This is a turnkey lending and accounts receivable automation platform for the small and medium-sized business. This offering is based upon years of building enterprise solutions for customers such as PACCAR, Best Buy, and Red Wing. Today, on an annual basis, we process over 42 million transactions worth more than $5 billion in 40 countries for these customers. We sell CaaS to strategic suppliers, to the strategic SMB suppliers. In other words, someone that has an ongoing relationship with their buyer. These are not the infrequent suppliers that today's accounts payable automation solutions are targeted at. By partnering with banks, we believe we're in a position to lend to our sellers' buyers and ultimately to help our sellers compete more effectively and grow their businesses. Dan, let's show the audience CaaS.
Thanks, Brandon. For the demo today, we have a scenario set up where we have a merchant called Vortex. And Vortex has a growing B2B business. And those new business customers are asking for the ability to pay them on terms. That is the typical scenario in the B2B space. As many of you know, payment on terms makes up well over 50% of high-volume strategic spend. So, as Brandon mentioned, we're demonstrating Credit as a Service, our digital lending platform. We're signed into the merchant portal here as the Vortex sales manager. First thing we're going to do is we're going to send an invite to our contact at Abbott Corp. Abbott is the business that wants to be able to pay us on terms. Michelle's filling out the invite here. She'll hit send. Then if the internet works, we'll switch over to the Gmail and we'll have an email inviting us to join their program. So from this email, we'll click enroll, and that will automatically launch the application for credit. So everybody's seen an application for credit before, so while Michelle plugs in that data, I'm going to talk about the source of capital for these credit lines and the opportunity we have for the bankers in the room. So today, MSTS underwrites about 75% of the credit lines on the platform. That's around $700 million in credit. The other 25% is provided by our partners, and that's why we're here today. By partnering with MSTS, you'll be able to launch a new payment on terms product that you can sell into your existing merchant base that helps those merchants lower their days sales outstanding, cash flow, lowers their operational costs, and helps increase sales, while it unlocks a new revenue stream for you that is not accessible with credit cards. Michelle's just about done with the form here, then she'll hit submit, and then in real time, we're going to start evaluating this application using our underwriting algorithms. So with some machine learning, some smart technology, and about 20 years of focusing exclusively on underwriting businesses, we're able to evaluate and decision a business application in under 60 seconds. So while we wait for that to come in, we're going to move to the next step in the process, utilizing the credit line. So we set out to make payment on terms online as easy as accepting a credit card. And we did that with some technology we call Invoicing. So we're switched over now to the Vortex e-commerce site. And you'll see that they run their business on Magento, one of the larger B2B e-commerce platforms. We've already staged a transaction, so we're already on the checkout page here. And as we go down to payment information, we're going to click Invoice Me. And you'll notice that we're prompted for the purchase order number. And we can put in any other information that our AP department's going to need to reconcile that invoice when it comes in. All things that B2B businesses need in order for invoices to work correctly. We'll then click Continue. We'll confirm the payment. And that purchase is now automatically added to the invoice. So what's happening behind the scenes here is that Invoice Me payment option is wired up to our Credit as a Service APIs. That does a credit authorization against the credit line we issued previously. MSTS then will pay the merchant, in this case Vortex, in 2 days, just like a credit card, but at merchant fees that are typically 30% less than a credit card, while we preserve our same margin for our bank partners. So the same scenario we just showed you on the Magento platform, we can do on any e-commerce platform. We have some very simple, developer-friendly APIs. You can really think of it as Stripe for invoicing. All right, let's switch back to the merchant portal now, and we'll see what happened with Abbott's application for credit. Got to sort the list, and there's Abbott. You can see that they're approved for $50,000 to spend exclusively with Vortex. These are, credit lines exclusive to the seller partnership. Last thing we're going to demonstrate quickly is the invoicing capabilities. So businesses require specific ways to receive invoices. Invoicing portals, EDI, XML, PDFs, and emails. We've done them all. We have an invoice coming up on the screen now, and I'll just highlight a few key points that are business B2B related. One is, you'll notice it has purchase control information on it. The second one is, it has line item detail on it. And the third, back at the top, is that it's branded in the seller's name. And that's the last point we'll make in the demo, is everything we do is white labeled. We work behind the scenes to provide a world-class AR solution that helps our bank and business partners grow their businesses without adding any people or a big technology build. Brandon?
Great, thank you, Dan. So you'll have seen from this that we can quickly integrate, we can easily provide the accounts receivable services. We also wrap a bunch of other solutions and services around this, everything from invoice management to accounts receivable management to bad debt. If you want to learn more about partnering with us, please join us afterwards at our booth. Thank you very much.